Good afternoon. We are in a beautiful property in Teesside. If anybody tells you, or anyone falls into that belief that Teesside isn't a great area, I think again, it's an absolute hidden gem. That's a different story. We're here to talk to you today about moths, not bumblebees, moths, but specifically the bee moth. It is becoming more and more common that people who have had a bumblebee problem in a year, 2 years, sometime afterwards, will get a moth problem. The bee moth, the males look different to the females. They can be different colours. That's the female. Tends to have a little black spot in the middle of her wing on both sides. That's what I look for. A very long pointed snout. They occur because they are living on the old bumblebee nest. We see them when we take them out, and we certainly see bee moth problems occurring on a regular basis. Now this house here, the bees are causing a problem. They're creating a nuisance. They're getting into the bedroom. They're upsetting the lady who lives here. They want them out. They're going to be doing some work on the roof anyway. And one thing's for certain, the house is stunningly beautiful and they don't want moths tipping up all over the shop. Now, when a nest is in situ, it's a lot easier to find because obviously you have these guys telling you where it is. A whole lot easier to find. We've done some work with a thermal camera and we can see the hot spots sitting on top of the soffits, the wooden soffit boards underneath this roof. So it leaves us knowing exactly where it is and exactly how to take it out. We will often tell you that bumblebees can stop in place and will live there quite happily. These were high enough up that that would absolutely be the case. These bumblebees probably wouldn't cause that much of an issue for the owner, but it is fair to tell people, very fair to tell people, that they may suffer with a moth infestation as a result of it. And if they do, finding that nest becomes a whole lot harder because there is no bees signposting where it is, and there is no heat signature coming from that nest because it is redundant. This isn't the right job for everybody, and by that I mean the customers. Not everybody's going to want to take them out. Not everybody is going to be that bothered by the risk of having moths within their address, but on this occasion they are, and they want the problem solved. So we are happy to take this nest out and relocate it. We're going to end up lifting these tiles. Yeah, probably have to rip a couple of nails, lift these tiles, lift the membrane underneath it. We will collect the nest up. On this occasion, because it's during the day, we're going to put it in a box, put the box back in the original place, making sure there is nowhere for the bees to get underneath it. Because what they'll do if you give them that option is they'll dig under the box and they will start building a new nest under there and you won't be able to collect them. It is important that you get this box flat to that soffit board so that they have no option but to go over and in, and then at dusk tonight we'll come back and collect it. If you were to collect it today at this time of putting it in the box, you will probably find that the remaining bees become problematic. They're upset, they don't have anywhere to go, and they become a little bit stingy. Bumblebees, they need taken out at the time, but we also need to find somewhere very similar that these bees can live. So they're going to go back to a friend's farm, to an upstairs area in an old barn that's disused, and they'll be put in there and they'll live quite happily. To be fair, that's a little bit of a white lie. Tree bees are one of the few bees you can almost throw them anywhere. I've seen one of my pals put one in a grass cuttings heap, which is the total opposite to this. It's damp, it's on the floor, it's cold, it's just not the same environment. Those bees live quite comfortably. However, However, I don't believe that's true for every bumblebee. It is absolutely the correct thing to do to try and find a very similar environment for the bees that they were removed from, and that's what we'll do today. See these things flying around, not attacking, just flying around. They're the drones. This nest is towards the end of its life cycle. The drones are flying around waiting for virgin queens to emerge. Once those virgin queens have emerged, the nest will naturally die. So as much as it would be tempting to say to them, leave it where it is, the problem's nearly over, and that was certainly the advice we give initially, when they found out about the wax moth problem, that they may possibly suffer but not guaranteed to suffer, you just wanted it out. You didn't want the headache of having the issue within the address. And of course, as much as this bee problem is nearly over, once it is over, remembering and finding that nest becomes difficult. So if you do have one of these problems, make a mental note, maybe take a photograph and mark it up on your iPhone or whatever where they were going in, to give the pest controller who comes out to deal with the moth problem half an idea of where he is going to start looking for it, because your memory in 3 to 4 years time will absolutely be different to your memory today. Good afternoon, God bless. Speak soon, bye.